the biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
All right, and we are back, instinctradio.net, not what Asa said, internet radio.
Don't listen to me sometimes.
Also, make sure you download the app and also hashtag Instinct Radio. All right, James Harrison. He don't want his kids to get no trophies for participating. No trophies. What are y'all thoughts?
I'm with it.
Totally agree.
I hate participation trophies.
100%.
It's part of the Wussification of America. This is why we falling behind. This is why Sim Jong-un over there in China is starting to catch
Is that
up
a
with
Mortal
us.
Kombat character?
Sim Jong-un? I believe so.
Finish him.
He uppercut your head off, something like that. I mean, look, man, to give a participation trophy is rewarding your child for what? For what? Everybody get a participation
Showing
trophy.
up.
Yeah. And there's different levels of participation. That's what they won't tell you. And that's what makes winners. And that's what makes MVPs.
I would even go a step further. I think that another reason why American culture is so, American society is so weak today is because we reward our children and reward people for doing what they supposed to do.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
So just showing up is one thing, but rewarding people for doing what they supposed to do is another, you know. Like, for perfect example, my kid, he keeps bugging the crap out of me for a BB gun. He's 10 years old. I don't think he's responsible enough to have a BB gun. So, you know, his mother and I, we preach to him. We want you to be consistent. If you can do, like, not, hey, do the dishes. Like, we don't want to have to tell you what to do. If you can do all these things and then take it to the next level, that shows consistency and responsibility. Then maybe we should be able to see it and say, hey, maybe he can handle a BB gun. You know, that I think that's why America's weak. You know, technology has made us weak, to be honest. Because if you think about it from the 60s all the way up to like the late 80s, I mean, we was a powerhouse. And then as we started getting things, as far as technology is concerned, we got lazy because the technology do it for us.
But the technology wasn't even built here, is the issue. To speak on that. So you're buying it, right, instead of producing it yourself. Yeah. But back to the overall topic of James Harrison and participation, I would not have had a problem if it was a certificate of participation.
Good point.
A trophy to me and to a team, to society, means achievement at a high level.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. A certificate means exactly what it is. It's a certificate. Thank you for showing up. You came to practice. You played your 10 minutes that you were supposed to play. You did good in that regard. However, a trophy means you excelled or you went above and beyond. It's the same thing at work. You get a paycheck because you work. You get a bonus because you excelled.
There you go.
So the trophy is the bonus. The salary is the paycheck. It's the certificate.
So, but in this case, though, the trophy is basically the equivalent of a certificate.
Right.
Because he didn't get it for nothing.
Which isn't right.
I mean, I'm just making sure we on the...
Right.
Yeah, give him a ribbon.
I think the only sport that deserves participation trophies is Special Olympics. Just bottom line.
Okay, I'm with that.
That's it.
I'm with that.
Because, I mean, for some of them, it's hard to walk. So if they get out there and
that's
walk.
above and beyond.
Yeah. That's it.
Hey.
That's still I don't want to give them a trophy. Some of them kids are good. They deserve trophies.
They deserve right.
Yeah, some of them can outrun us.
Well, which
may look funny, but they can.
Which is why you have Olympics. This is why you have. Which is why you have certain medals.
Yeah. We want folks to come back.
Right.
The email again goes to Marlon.
No, what's the number? Just in case you want to call.
Oh yeah,
right. In case you want to call.
Give the number. Give the number.
478-569-6474.
You can express your hate mail directly.
Right now.
Right now.
I'm telling you, kids with affliction, they're really strong too.
No. So, man, I was about to make a point.
He keep throwing alley-oops.
Trying to throw him out. Ain't
nobody going for that.
You didn't throw the right one yet.
Yep.
Nope. I agree.
Out of bounds.
I agree with everybody as far as I agree with Harrison, taking the awards away. Now I have a slight problem with, publicly shaming. So my issue wasn't so much him taking the trophies away. My issue was, did we really need to know you took the trophies away. So, because like I said, it goes back to me public shaming. You don't know how each kid is going to react to,
Yeah, that's
you know.
true.
So that was my issue with the thing. It didn't need
Agree.
it didn't need to be told to me that you went home and decided to tell
Now
your kids.
somebody else mentioned it,
Yeah, not the school
and then it got
or
blown
the,
out.
the
Then that's
school
different.
or the
But
program or whatever
As
showed
a
them.
parent, you shouldn't have been the one to publicly say it.
And so that was my issue with him. That not so much now back to the do you give kids whatever stuff. I'm only coming to 2 graduations, my own or whatever, high school and college. You supposed to graduate 1st grade. You supposed to get out of 5th grade. You supposed to get out of middle school. So it go back to we giving stuff to people all the time that this is the stuff you're supposed to do.
And then when you hit the real world, it's like
I do
supposed
property
to get it.
management. Well, I pay my rent every month. You're supposed to. You don't get a reward for paying what you gotta pay for all the time. These are things that as an adult you do and you carry on with life. You know, we talk about single fathers or, you know, guys that be like, well, I take care of my kids. What, you want a cookie? You supposed to. Yeah. You know, there's no reward coming to you because you do, or a mother. These are things you're supposed to do. And you only learn that at a young age. You can't be 13 or 14 now and then figure out
Yeah, it has
that
to be instilled early.
That's too late.
Yeah, that I'm supposed to be getting this or getting that or whatever. But it's I don't know how we
it's too late.
it's instant self gratification across the board, and so, you know, I actually I don't think it's the problem with the kids.
I don't even remember
getting
getting a ceremony when I was in kindergarten.
You know what I remember?
You didn't.
I remember at the end of the school year, and everybody was doing the 100-meter race and all that kind of stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
you know
May Day or whatever.
Yeah,
field
yeah.
day.
1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That was it. But the problem is parents weren't there. You were happy and just competing and beating your friend or trying to beat your friend, and you went on about yourself and went on home and enjoyed the summer or whatever the case. I think a lot of the problems are the parents. A lot of the problems are the institutions realizing that the parents want to brag more than the kids want to brag. How old James Harrison's sons? They 6 years old, 7 years old.
Right.
Them jokers don't care. They have more fun party playing. They didn't care if they got a reward or
But
not.
the thing with that though,
I disagree. It depends on your kid, because
I think it's hard being an athlete's kid.
Some kids they want to win, and if we don't know that about James Harrison kids, they could want to win, and they got this participation trophy, and they probably looking like, I want the big one, you know, the one that stands tall, and you got.
Well, that's the point. That's the point. You got to tell them this is what you got to do to get to the big one.
Yeah.
That's the instant teaching moment. So if you don't have a teaching moment, if he's going to get something. So like I said, I agree with James Harrison. He realized there was a teaching moment and he decided to give it. I just didn't agree I didn't agree that he had to give the teaching moment to the whole world.
Although I would not say it to his face, because that's a big.
Almost as if he was as if he was looking for some gratification to be like, I'm being a good parent. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's just how I take it.
only unless his child has to have that type of attention that way, like going to him privately hasn't been working up until that point, and then you have to raise it to the next level.
I get you.
At that point, I don't know about his household, because each child is different in how you can approach them and how you can get them motivated. So maybe just for devil's advocate, he's tried to reach him a couple of times, and he's like, okay, let me take it up a notch. Let me say publicly, hey, this is what my child got. I don't agree with it. He should have did this. And now the child is like, okay, now I really need to step up because now I'm getting backlash from everybody who knows me and knows that that's my father.
My other devil advocate, I have something against public shame in general because you never can get rid of the internet. You know what I mean? The post or whatever's on there. You can So public shame at one point.
Well, his dad was
it wasn't being videotaped and all that kind of stuff.
Had a picture with him in full army attire and gear and guns and everything. Got shamed by the league. Don't you think kids? You know how we played the Dirty Dozen. When you start talking about a kid, you first go at the parents and those images. So him being shamed or talked about, I'm sure is nothing new.
For
anytime, for the child. Anytime,
okay, gotcha.
Anytime that you're a child of an athlete or an entertainer or a star or something, you're going to catch that backlash from anything your parents do or don't do in social media. So
I'm finna
he's
say
gonna get that at school regardless.
Gotcha.
I think the increase in parent shaming their children has increased because of social media, YouTube, Instagram. You can do all that stuff. That stuff been going on. I got a whooping in the middle of Kroger as a kid.
No, exactly.
That's shame.
But it wasn't.
Oh, you need some more tissue.
It wasn't. But it wasn't. And he still remember. But it wasn't. But I can't. 20 years from now, go somewhere and click in Mike Kroger beat down and see you. You know what I mean? Or
But
if I'm
you
doing,
might find some. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody that saw it went and told their friends, who told their mama, sister, friends.
At
told their
that
cousins.
time,
That's
it was a
fine.
public shaming.
yeah, and I had no problem with public shaming when I can sit around and talk about it, but I don't have evident visual proof that this is what went on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What box of cereal did you touch that you weren't supposed to?
No, what
I'm
he
gonna
ate
tell
all
you.
of
I'm
it.
gonna tell you what
He
it
gonna-
was.
he
man.
remember everything.
I did the wrong thing. You know how as a kid you see in the store, you see the kids grab stuff. Hey, can I get this? No. Hey, can I get this? No. I said, okay, I got him. I see her putting stuff in the buggy. I'm gonna put stuff in the buggy. So I had grabbed, I think, a box of like Little Debbie. Threw it in there. Boom. You know, you put stuff on the belt. You know, your mom, she got all this. She getting groceries. It's all in there.
It's all in there.
Got rang up.
Oh.
And I think what I grabbed was like an expensive box or something. Man,
Oh, he
You
got
didn't
the
get the
most
generic
expensive-
brand?
Right? Yeah.
You might as well got
The
away with the
biggest-
generic brand.
He got the biggest box.
You can't eat generic brand in the 80s, man.
hold on.
That's the biggest box. You got 20.
How bad you want it?
Cornflakes.
How bad you want it?
24 box, 24 pack of Debbie's. You got the biggest box.
It didn't even say Debbie's. It just said cakes.
I got the big boy. And my mama wailed on me
Oh,
in
wow.
front of that store. You know where you ring up and then you walk past the lines right in the front of the store? Yeah, she wailed on me right there.
But you could do that back then, though.
And back in the day, there wasn't no reversing nothing. You know, you were clicking
My
those joints. There wasn't no reversing, no scanning off and taking it back off.
You had to ring everything up.
My mother beat the hell out of me because I stole a chip clip thing.
A chip clip, like
A
the
chip
little
clip,
thing.
yeah.
This is when they first came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, Mom, look what I got. She said, take that back in that store. And then as I'm walking in, she beat me into the store, and I had to walk up to this old white lady. Here you go.
Snot dripping down.
Took your chip clip.
But yeah,
My
but
chip clip.
but
Chip
it's like
clip Chronicles, boy.
that happened years ago. You might have one or two people. Well, you telling the story now, but you might have one or two people that might remember that might say something. That social media done went to a whole nother level. You got people beating their kids on social media.
Well, I think also
or giving them
social-
crazy
Haircuts. Yeah.
Social media has also made, I think, the young children more fragile because the pile on can be so big. You know, like I know in the Metro Atlanta area, like you see a lot. I ain't gonna say a lot, but you see quite a few teenagers committing suicide. You know, at my alma mater, you had one kid committed suicide just because he was a homosexual, and everybody was on Twitter talking about him and picking at him in school, and he hung himself in the closet. You know, so it can be extreme, you know, but as far as but I don't think James Harrison kids, you know, it's gonna go to that extreme, you know.
Let me
Well,
tell you
but
something.
not so much James Harrison, but individuals that want to.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
And
You
then
never know.
But individuals that will look at that
Well,
and be like,
Pitbull
"Hey,
owned
James
one of his
Harrison
kids and he's
is
still straight."
raising his kids that way. That's how I'm going to raise my kids as well." So
Yeah.
you know, we live in a copycat society.
You have to know your children's genetic
don't-
makeup, what
Yeah.
your children can take and what they can't.
That's why I
take.
say, you know, I don't agree with the public shaming, but as I mentioned before, if that was a way to reach his kid, then that was a way to reach his kid. But like you say, you can't go and say, well, that's what I'm going to do for mine, because still, at the end of the day, every child is different, even in the same household. So to reach him, you got to do different things for each one.
I'm going to take that point first. Hold on. Give out the number because I don't want to get everybody into trouble with what I'm finna say.
All right. That's 478-569-6474, and his name is Michael Lavelle.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You can call and talk to me. Instinct
Him.
Radio. Download the app. iTunes. Google Play. Okay. You have to allow fathers to parent like fathers. This is the reason I'm saying this. I think the decrease in fathers in the home, I'm calling out fathers too. The decrease in fathers in the home have caused just a feminine,
Way of doing things.
authoritative rule to be in the home.
And that's how they.
So
Yep.
oftentimes they can be a bit overprotective. You know, fathers allow their kid to take a loss.
yeah.
Right.
Mothers there are overprotective, and that's
It's
good
just,
when
it's,
the balance
right,
is
you,
there.
right.
Okay, the reason I say that is because that's why I believe there's a wussification right now, because fathers ain't in the home. You're out there doing whatever you want to, or the mother not allowing you in the home, and your kid is being overprotected in the house. This is why we say when everybody else get big trophies and your kid come home like a normal kid and say, Mom, I didn't get a trophy.
He make one up.
She said, oh, no, my kid
he
deserves
deserves
a trophy too.
Going up to school.
But that's just the natural. That's just natural for
Or
a mom.
you have a lot of women now that are on these boards though. So I mean, I'm gonna go a little deeper. You have, nothing wrong, but you have women who are now involved in sports. They're on the boards. They making up these awards. Or they're putting the pressure on if the board is all men or the program
to make sure everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah, they're
so that nobody's left out.
left behind where you need to be left behind. Your child sucks.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
He had a good time, but he sucks.
I want to say this to all the ladies that are watching.
Stop trying to get
now you don't want no.
I still want some. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm trying to be honest. I still want some trim. Like,
Keith Sweat over here. I thought this was a sports show.
Hey, it is a sports show. You messed up my life.
Now we on Tinder.
And we still gotta go home to women now.
They went too far over. It's on Tinder.
Trying to go out on a date or something. They like, I heard what you said. Y'all talking about how we raise our kids. Like, look, I'm just trying to look. You put your kid to sleep. I'm trying to get some now. That's on y'all. Now y'all go ahead.
My point for purely saying everything is
give my children melatonin to go to sleep.
There's a type of energy that you're instilling into your child as a father, and a type of energy you're instilling into your child as a mother.
Right.
That overprotective oftentimes comes from the mother.
Yeah.
Right.
And so you're overprotecting your child, thinking they deserve everything
by
doing the least.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
you don't deserve nothing.
You gotta earn for it.
You gotta earn for it. You have to work for it. I'm sorry, you don't get freebies in my household. And I think that's what James Harrison was saying. Yeah. My problem was the people that came against him and said, oh, you should let them, they kids, they should be able to have them trophies. For what? If I don't want my child to have that trophy, my child will have that trophy.
Yeah.
And that's why I say give them a certificate. Because that's,
Trophy, every kid wants that trophy.
Thank you. That's a piece of paper is a lot different than a trophy.
But at the same time, though, when you put something like that out in public, you're going to have detractors and you're going to have people that agree with you. And I'm sure he knows that, so it shouldn't have been.
But do you think he cares?
Yeah, that's the point. He probably
This
don't
is my
even
house.
care.
This is how I represent my family, what I do for my family. And if you don't like it, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good talking point. I just felt that.
You can look.
It's the same people that wanted LeBron James to win MVP for losing the finals. Sorry.
I did.
For what? Did he win?
I wouldn't even want it.
No, I wouldn't even want it.
I wouldn't want it.
He may not want it.
Because you didn't win it.
It's totally.
City boys,